How to Eat to Live, Book 2, by the Most Honorable Elijah Muhammad. Chapter 30. Pork contains worms, Trichinae. Eat 1 meal a day, or 1 meal every 2 days, if you are able. If you eat the proper food, and not poison food and drink, you will prolong your life, make yourself youthful, and will keep away sickness and suffering, even colds, said Allah to me, in the person of Master Fard Muhammad, to whom praises are due forever. Keep the body and the mind clean. Do good to self and to others. Keep away from evil, and remember Allah always, and He, who came in the person of Master Fard Muhammad, to whom praises are due forever, will remember you. But you must eat pure food, the food that Allah has pointed out to us to eat, and stay away from that which He forbids us to eat, such as swine flesh, the hog. I will be a happy man when I see the day that our black people forsake the hog. This divinely prohibited flesh, the swine, can be the cause of most of our sicknesses. The professional people, such as doctors and religious scholars and scientists, know this to be true. But in this wicked world of the white race, they were made to teach against the good law and guidance of Almighty God Allah, to whom praises are due forever. All that God says, thou shalt not do, the white race says, thou shalt do, or thou should do. And then they are bold enough to ask you, what is wrong with eating pig? The hog, according to the teachings of God, in the person of Master Fard Muhammad, to whom praises are due forever, is very poisonous. It contains more poison than a rattlesnake. Of course, white people eat rattlesnakes. It is not the flesh of the rattlesnake which is so poisonous, but the sack full of poison which it carries in its mouth. When the rattlesnake strikes, it empties the sack of poison into your flesh. This causes death to the victim if he does not receive attention quickly. But the actual flesh of the hog is 999% poison, nearly 1,000%, as taught to me by God in the person of Master Fard Muhammad, to whom praises are due forever. This poison is not going to kill you instantly. It drags you along for many years. It is a very deceitful poison. It is in the form of live worms, commonly called pork worms, Trichinae. In a hog eater's body, these worms multiply by the millions. They first enter the walls of the stomach, and then from the stomach pass out into the intestinal walls. And from the intestines, they travel up the back in the spinal cord into the muscles of the body, and finally into the brain. When these worms get into these 2 places last mentioned of the body, the disease becomes incurable. Look at the pictures in physiology books or in the dictionary where this worm is enlarged several hundred times. The lives of people with such poisonous worms in their bodies are usually limited to less than 100 years, and for many, less than 70 years. There are a few who live past 100 years, whose constitutions may have been much stronger than others. You may say, 100 years is all I would want to live. No, this is not truth. You would like to live 100,000 years if you could, when death approaches you, for this is the law of life. It always wants to stay here. Eating any kind of flesh is not good for us, not even beef. No animal flesh can be said to be good for human consumption, not even fowls, and very few fish, not to think of the scavengers of the waters, such as crabs, shrimps, and oysters. We must learn to eat vegetables and fruits and stay away from land flesh. It is a little difficult for us to suddenly stop eating beef, lamb, and chicken, but we must wean away from such flesh gradually. Eating 1 meal a day prolongs your life if you eat the right food. People will soon live a life of 1,000 years after the removal of this wicked world. Purchase the books, CDs, and DVDs of the life-giving teachings at store.finalcall.com. Listen to the messages of the Honorable Minister Louis Farrakhan 24/7 at finalcallradio.com. Watch the Nation of Islam's weekly and live broadcasts at NOI.org.